What's going on, everyone? It's Richard with Home Tech Video here to review a Dahua 3x optical zoom Starlight mini pan tilt zoom camera. I'll have a link in the description below if you're interested in learning on where to find and buy this one. So let's go ahead and jump right in with this review. So the first thing that you might notice about this camera is how it's designed. It's a little bit different than most dome cameras or most pan tilt zoom cameras. The lens is on the top, surrounded by a fairly wide base. The white material is a powdered coated metal finish, and on the bottom it does feature a SD card slot with 2 screws to hold it in place, and on the top is a locking screw that holds the base in place for when you're mounting it. When you're using this mounting plate, just make sure that the tab is facing downward and then towards the camera, and then you would align the 3 screws on the bottom of the camera within the mounting plate, and then you just twist it to lock it into place. And then you'll take the screw here at the top, loosen it up, and make sure that you slide it into the plate and then tighten it back down. I'm going to go ahead and remove the 2 screws on the bottom where the SD card slot is and show you what this looks like. The cover also has a nice little rubber O-ring on the bottom of it to keep everything nice and waterproof. The camera supports micro SD cards of up to 256 gigabytes, and then the button for the reset is right next to it. Now, I really like the design of this camera where the infrared lights are located. On normal dome cameras, they're located inside the lens, which could cause reflection. On this camera, the infrared lights are located on the outside of the dome, here, here, and also right here. So the last thing I do want to mention is that this camera only is able to pan 360 degrees one direction and 360 degrees in the other direction. So where the cord goes in and has this center line here, that is the most that it's going to be able to go in one direction. So when you're mounting this camera, it's important to point this little notch here in an area that you're not going to be wanting to sweep past. So in my example, when I mount my cameras, this little notch is facing towards a wall. This is basically the stopping point on how far the camera is able to pan from one side to another. So make sure that thing's pointing towards a wall when you're mounting the camera. Here are a few pictures of how I ended up mounting the plate in my soffit. The hole that's at the back of it to pass the connector through is going to leave a little bit of a gap once you actually connect the camera up into the mounting plate. And then that's it mounted. And then with the infrared turned on at night, you can see the 2 lights on the front. There's also another light that's on the back that's turned off. So I guess if there's one thing that I had to point out or find that I don't like about this camera is how much of the tilt it is limited to compared to my old camera that I'm replacing. So the up and down or vertical axis is much smaller than this old camera here that I'm going to show you. I was able to look all the way down my soffit at the other camera at the other end of my house. With this new camera, I'm not able to pan up quite as far. So this clip is of the new camera that I'm replacing and I'm reviewing. When I go up and tilt up as far as I can and then zoom in, you'll notice that I'm not able this time to see the other camera that I have mounted on the other edge of the house. So if I were to pick one thing I don't like, is I am not able to tilt the camera up as far as some of the other pan tilt zoom cameras, dome cameras that I've used. And here is what I found for a color accuracy test. The one on the top is of the camera, and the one on the bottom is the actual sample image. And then here is a side-by-side comparison of 4 different colors that you can see the difference from what the camera picks up versus the color card sample.
Hey, how's it going? Mic test 1 2 1 2. Mic test. Hey, how's it going? Mic test 1 2 1 2. Mic test 1 2.
Also, make sure that when you're mounting the camera that you're not mounting it too close to objects at night that can reflect infrared back at it, such as when I go in the left part of my yard, this plant down at the bottom reflects the light back at the camera, thus making the back all washed out and black. But if I turn off the infrared light, you're able to see the entire scene. Now this camera is a Starlight camera from Dahua, which means that the camera is able to pick up low light conditions, very good compared to other devices. So as a comparison, this video was taken with my Galaxy S8 at the exact same time that the other video was taken, so it's terrible, you can't see anything. And then if I take a picture, again with the Galaxy S8 of the shed, this is all that you see. So this camera is able to pick up light much better than other devices. So here's another example. This is with the infrared light turned off, and then in black and white, which is the night mode. So the last few clips I'm going to leave you with are going to be all at night with the infrared on, and one with the BLC off, and the other one with BLC backlight compensation on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this Dahua mini pan tilt zoom camera. If you liked it and you want to see more reviews of other cameras, please let me know in the comments. This is just something as a test because this channel is not normally for this type of material, but I wanted to experiment with doing a camera review instead of a Blue Iris tutorial. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.